Well, yeah, because like when I first applied to Moody, they sent me a rejection letter because my credentials didn't match. Mm-hmm. I was a teacher. You know, like you applied for
Maybe
radio.
they saw how you were dressed.
That's what it was.
They hadn't seen that yet. That was the second rejection.
We can't hire homeless people.
Exactly.
We won't know where to send this paycheck.
Weird. You know what though? Can I talk about something real quick?
No.
So I know a couple women who are business owners, and it to the point where they're like
Jannelle.
hiring people. And I'm hearing this trend, and at first I thought, okay, maybe it's this woman's tripping. But then my close friend's having the same thing. She's like, yo, what is up with these people? They don't have a professional bone in their body. She's like, the resume looks great, but then people show up.
Keep talking.
And she's like, either they show up in jeans or she's like, they're like, hey, what's up, girl? All of this. She's like, I remember being in my 20s, shaking hands, looking people in the eye, dressing up for an interview. Do you see that trend? Or is it just
the trend that I see is people dress way down. You don't have to wear a suit to work anymore. Even Goldman Sachs, you don't have to wear a suit, which is shocking.
Yeah.
They'll let you wear jeans to Goldman Sachs. When we first started going to Goldman Sachs, people were wearing like $5,000 suits. Everybody.
Wow.
Special thanks, by the way, to Scranton Road Promotional Marketing for the swag that I'm wearing.
He
And then you can order Scranton Road
Exactly.
Ministries.
You weren't even ready.
Scranton Road Ministries.
What's up?
No, he turned on the camera, so we would talk and say something embarrassing.
The Josiah's, can you tell them before you leave?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Did you clean up the way you were supposed to?
What are you doing? She does this.
Yeah.
Okay. What time are you coming back?
No, what's on Scranton?
Excuse us.
You got a dentist appointment at 11.
We'll be right back.
Really?
So we got to leave at 10:15.
Oh, hell.
How am I gonna make?
You better floss your teeth, kid.
Yeah, for the first time since the last dentist appointment.
I can pick you up at practice. Where are you gonna be?
Do you floss?
I do.
Every day?
Pretty close to it. I like using flossers.
So that's
You
no.
got it, Elijah.
No,
you gotta
it's not every.
accompany-
No,
they
I don't
gotta-
floss every day, but I floss multiple times a week with the flosser.
Okay, so what time are you gonna be done?
I floss every day. What is wrong?
What do you
All
want?
right, so
Cookie?
10:15, I'll pick you up.
What?
Do you want a cookie? You want
Southside,
fries
right?
for that?
All right,
You want a
10:15,
medal?
Elijah.
You want a chest to pin it on? Is that what you're doing?
It's like when hygienists start telling me what to do. I'm like, listen, this is my mouth. Is this your mouth? Don't tell me what to do with my mouth.
What are they telling you?
You know, it's like, you really should you should floss this way. You should floss more. You should shut your mouth and do your job.
Oh.
I had a dental hygienist talk to me about flossing one time. She goes, well, when you floss, I said, I know how to floss.
Wow.
I'm 48 years old. I know how to floss.
Yeah, you don't see me tell you
Actually,
sit
I'm
down
way
and tell
older.
you what to do.
Actually, there's a very specific way to floss correctly.
I don't want to know it.
Then you just
And now
like
we're going to go down the road
wasting
of
your
asking
time.
her how much she flosses, and we're going to have to ask 8 questions to find out the actual answer.
Wow, I
Jannelle,
thought I was gonna help
Jannelle,
you.
do you floss?
Yeah, I do actually.
Every day?
Yes, at least once a day.
So when you say you floss at least once a day,
At
what
night.
does that
Usually
actually
it's at
mean?
night.
Your teeth?
Right? No, you're catching on. So does that mean you're telling your kids to floss, or does that
No,
mean
I
that
floss.
you physically are
I
flossing?
floss.
All of your teeth with floss
Yeah,
every day.
at least once. Yes.
I think I've actually gotten an answer.
In Brazil, when you go to a restaurant, they have flossers in the bathroom. Little, like you pull out a thing of floss.
Oh
And,
wow, those are so annoying. The ones with the oh my goodness.
But in the bathroom, say. So if you...
That's pretty good.
Is
Yeah,
it
if you go to-
communal, or they get a fresh piece?
yeah, you just lay
Oh,
it back down there.
nasty! Oh,
Yeah. The Brazilians are very clean, so I would almost do that in Brazil, but not. I draw the line with sharing floss.
Yeah.
I think a married couple who's really in love would share floss.
thank
other
you,
than that-
Brittany. Or is it Brittany? How would you pronounce that? Brittany.
Brittany.
You know, I've met women,
How would-
girls, and they'll tell you, no, it's not Brittany, it's Brittany.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk to that person. I'd just be like,
Just go.
Brittany and
I'm going to call you
Euclid.
Britt, okay?
yes.
Oh gosh.
Are you still living in your mom's basement too? Brittany.
Wow, guys.
Why don't you go get pushed around by the world a little bit?
I was talking to, she didn't notice, but the lady cuts my hair. Thank you for noticing, Dave.
I noticed. I said, wow, look at your hair. It
No,
looks
you're
so
lying.
amazing.
You heard Dave say
Yandere.
something. She lies all the time on Christian radio. The repentance she must do when we're done is unbelievable.
Wow.
Kids, leave me alone. I'm repenting again
In a
because I lied all
rainstorm, you
morning.
should never stand next to Jannelle because it's highly likely that she's going to get struck by lightning.
It's highly likely.
Wow. Okay.
So her brother, the woman who cuts my hair, her brother's name is Ryan.
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 R-Y-N-E. Ryan.
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 Ryan. Wow.
Someone should smack his mom.
But people
It's
call
not a
him.
nickname.
What would you do?
He's essentially relented now and lets people just call him Ryan.
Right. Of course.
But it's when you look at the spelling of it, it's not Ryan. There's no
It's
A.
Ryan.
It's Ryan. You just look at it and go, R-Y-N-E. Ryan. It's not
Ryan.
hard to pronounce.
Yeah. Why do parents do this to kids? There's
The apostrophe. is
Like
the
what
one that
parent
kills me.
is
Have
going
you
to
seen
put
those names?
2 N's and 2 L's in Jannelle?
Oh no, my name, that's her name. My mom named me after Miss Universe in 1978, and that was her name. So that I
so Miss
spell it-
Universe of
She
1978
knew what
parents
she
could
was
not
doing.
spell.
Nope, she knew what she was doing. She was from Trinidad. She was smart. Thank you.
Like no one's finding JannelleNevels.com because there's too many N's and L's. They're somewhere else.
What about David Szafranski?
No, they're never finding that.
Never.
There's a Z in
That
there.
has to be
Just guess where
whack
it
to learn
goes.
how to spell your last name when your last name is Szafranski.
Little poor little Dave when you're in school.
Duh.
Why does your paper always say Dave S? I can't spell it.
Is that how I talked?
I can't spell
Wow.
Help me spell my name.
it. It's a lot. It's a
I
lot.
see you on YouTube. What's up? Make sure
not a
to
lot.
subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that bell so that you'll get notifications when
Oh, click the
we
bell.
release
She's
an
acting
episode.
like she's on YouTube.
Yeah. What's up?
I have a new podcast recording today and probably coming out today.
What is it about?
Financial Revelations. We're going to answer listener questions. We get a lot of questions that people email in. And some of them
Wycliffe. Woohoo!
a little technical. But I always think if one person's asking the question, probably thousands of people have the question. So I like
So
to answer-
are you a person that says there are no dumb questions?
Oh, there's plenty of dumb questions.
Oh, there's a lot of dumb questions.
Dumb.
That's not a good teacher. All my teacher says there are no dumb questions.
No, but there are though.
There are really dumb questions.
Like if I say put the name at the top of your paper and you go what?
No.
That's a dumb
okay.
question.
Any
Because
Where
you
at the
didn't
top? The top.
Any kid that truly has a question, like not kid's trying to be difficult, you know, you would tell them that that's a dumb question.
Well, I like having my kids go, I don't get it. And I go, what do you mean you don't get it? All of it. That's not a thing.
Oh yeah.
Like there's something here you understand, and I have to know what that is to be able to help you.
Now we know why Brian is in radio.
Exactly. Right. What's up, Tammy?
Brian.
I got a hard time from a couple of my colleagues because I would spend, like, I had a whole PowerPoint presentation about myself. I sat them through.
Of course he did.
I would spend
Wow.
at least a day on the syllabus, sometimes 2 days on the syllabus.
That had to be the most boring class. Now, we were doing a white elephant gift exchange one time with my church group. And so sometimes they're nice gifts, sometimes they're gag gifts. I wrapped up a portrait of myself. And so we have like gifts for guys and gifts for women, and somebody unwraps a picture
Gifts
of
for
me.
women, obviously.
Yeah.
That's where you put that.
Well, that picture ended up over the men's urinal in church for like a year.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
And then it disappeared. And then it came back in another white elephant. And then it was back above the urinal at church.
So what do you do when you meet a person that you look up to, or a person that's famous, or
For example, every Thursday when you run into me,
do you geek out? Do you get awkward? Do you ask for autographs?
I don't ask for autographs. I've only asked for a couple of autographs in my life. We were working with a football player, and he says, David, you will not believe how grown men wait for us after the game and want our autograph. Grown men. It's not for their kid, it's for them.
Yeah.
And I realized then, it's probably not a good idea to ask for autographs, but I had this, we had 5 guys on the Saints when they won the Super Bowl. And we had this picture of one of the guys catching the 2-point conversion that put them in the lead for good. And it was such a great picture, I asked him to sign it, and I have that in my office. And sometimes if somebody asks me for a donation, like a football I'll send a football to a team and ask them to sign it, and they're more than happy to do it. I realize that everybody's asking them, so I tend not. I like autographs on checks. Sign a check for me.
I know that's right.
I'd ask for autographs occasionally, and then I'd get home and I'd go, what do I do with this?
What am I doing? Yeah,
Like, where am I going to put this?
But when you meet somebody who's really famous, I just go back to my training and I do the things that I'm there to do because everybody's geeking out about them. Right? And mostly when you meet somebody who's around in the public eye, they don't want to go out. They get a little introverted because everybody's always asking them for something.
And
so I
then
just
you don't
try
want to be
normal.
that one more person.
Yeah.
Well, ask him. What does he do when he meets somebody that he looks up to or that's famous?
She's implying that she wants me to tell you the story of what I did today. I mean, this is.
I heard it.
You do
I
it
heard
every time. Did you see how awkward
I'm a big
it
fan of
gets?
Scagitani, so I wanted to annoy him long enough that he might bring it up on his podcast.
Wow.
And I think it worked. I got to be honest. I'm going to be
Why do you
listening.
want to be mentioned on this podcast?
Because we were mentioned before by Phil. And so
What is
now
that going to do for you, though?
It'll make me feel special.
How did Phil
Well, that's
mention
good
you?
enough.
And I can,
How did Phil
for
mention-
example, pull the clip and
Exactly.
save it on my phone. Like, for example,
Watch. Oh, you've heard this one.
this one, which, in case you forgot, I've got it right here.
I'm being interviewed by two hosts. I believe I couldn't see them, but I believe they were both African American, and they're the morning hosts in Cleveland.
Yeah, you're African American, basically.
So Phil Vischer,
Exactly.
Phil Vischer spent a couple minutes with me and was like, "This guy's got to be black."
Yes.
I wonder what it was about you.
There are so
It'd be
many
easier to
jokes
say what it
here.
wasn't about.
There are so many jokes here that I'm never going to say.
Oh my goodness.
Why would he have thought that, though? It's
Well, we were talking about issues of race. And
okay.
I knew what I was talking about.
You.
I'm very awkward.
I'm as one friend of Pastor Tanks once said about me, he's down with the cause.
Really?
Yes, I'm down with the cause.
From
Brother,
Minneapolis. Quite possibly the whitest dude we know.
Yeah, exactly. He said, I was like, oh yeah, I got this thing about, I just said, man, you could see the ethnicity in this guy. You know, he looks kind of handsome. I like these features. And he says, I'm ethnic. I'm from Scandinavia. What is up with that? Like, why
so
do you
Scandinavian's not an ethnicity now.
Not in the way that she's using the term.
Not at all. Like, you're very, no.
Show him the picture of the guy that you were talking about. Spending a lot of time looking at his picture, and his name is not Len Nevels.
Oh my gosh, whatever. I got eyes, and he does too. I know he'd be looking at women that look good. That's
And
okay.
she's like, this guy looks ethnic, is what she said.
He does.
Don't click on that picture.
I
Click
like
on the one
that
up there in the center.
Okay, the one that yeah, he does. Look at those eyebrows. Thanks.
So that's what you were staring at?
Yeah. But
I
I
would
like,
be mad if I were Len.
why?
How ugly am I if that's what she's gawking at?
Oh, he's very handsome.
Like, after a while doing the show, it's like, could you stop looking at the guy's picture? It's like, I'm getting overwhelmed here. This is a little distracting
He's just
and
handsome.
weird.
It's weird.
Wow, okay.
Len probably thinks he's. Do I look like that?
Oh my goodness. Actually, he did. His lens.
He looked like a bald white guy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he does. He's bald, and he has a. He's not. This dude is light skinned, just like Len.
Is he black?
He's half Indian.
He's white.
That's not white.
That's pretty white.
Really?
That's
No, we're not
white.
going to show you the picture, by the way.
Yeah, no. It's not. I mean, he's just a regular guy. He's just handsome.
It's a lot working with her.
Wow, I didn't know that you go swimming. That's impressive. So you bike ride, you swim. What else? You lift weights.
Obviously.
Wow, Brian. Nothing from him
I
rubs
fix
on.
things. I have tool belts.
No, you're mad
A
at
lot
me
of tools.
because if you were to ask me, do I swim? Hey, do you swim? I'd be like, no. I mean, I know how, but I don't swim. But you would say, yes, I know how to swim.
Yeah, because that question can mean either one. Do you go swimming all the time, or do you know how to swim?
So one time we were scuba diving, Turks and Caicos. You've ever been? I'm sure you've been there.
Where is that?
I've been to Turkey. There's Turks there.
It's somewhere in the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Caicos? I don't know about the Caicos.
Yeah, I've
I like
heard of
cake.
it.
So we're scuba diving in like 50
That was
feet of
terrible.
water, and there's a shelf. And you swim out over the shelf, and you're in 5,000 feet of water, swimming. It is.
That's scary.
It was kind of scary. Yeah. 5,000 feet.
Wow.
I was
Remind me
swimming
not to
then.
do that. I don't want to
Swimming.
do
I swim.
that. That's
Yeah.
swimming.
Swimming.
That's-
One time we went to Belize, and the day before, somebody had left scuba divers out in the ocean. They died. Just they forgot about them. Everybody got on the boat. They drove away.
No.
Yeah,
It's another reason I'm not going to scuba dive.
What the heck?
I know.
Oh, that's.
The ocean is a vast place.
Yeah,
when
sure
There's nobody
is,
else
man.
around.
Do you scuba dive?
You scuba dive?
I've done it one time
Have you? So you do. You scuba dive.
in
Like with an oxygen tank, a
For our
mask,
honeymoon.
and breathing oxygen from an oxygen tank? Or were you snorkeling?
Oh no, snorkeling. Yeah.
Did you s-
I didn't know the
Where
difference.
did you go on a honeymoon?
Jamaica.
We went to Jamaica.
Yeah, in Montego Bay.
That's where we
And then
went.
we drove to Ocho Rios. That
That's
was
what we
nice.
did.
Oh,
Did you go
that's
cliff
cool.
jumping?
No.
I did. I hurt my back.
No. And you heard the stories about we went kayaking and then we went far. And then when we were out there, the man was like, "You gotta come back. You're too far."
Oh yeah.
And then when we turned around, I put my paddles down. I told Lynn, "I'm too tired." And just put my paddles down. And he got us to land. See? I
That was
gave
your
him
honeymoon?
the
That was
opportunity
your
to
honeymoon?
save us. Yes.
And he was going, what did I do?
One for it.
Did I do?
This is going to be a long life.
This is a metaphor for our life together.
Oh my goodness.
She's sitting there,
My mom was right.
and I'm doing all the work.
Hey.
My wife. So the ladies at the church had thrown my wife a wedding shower, right?
Oh,
And given her
okay.
some gifts that women give to other women.
Yes.
And we're in the hotel, the resort, and I walk in the room, and my wife she had decided to put something on to show me, and she was standing right next to the TV, which was on. And I said, "Oh, honey, look, the Browns."
No.
Never even noticed she was.
Oh, wow.
She cried. She was probably thinking, "My dad was right."
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, I was very apologetic.
Wow, Melody's laughing at Brian. I've been to Turkey. There's Turks there. Wow.
Turks, yeah. I mean, ask me if I've been to Turks and Caicos. I'm going to give you an example of something that I live with every day. Go ahead. Ask me if I've been there.
Have you been to Turks and Caicos?
Yeah.
I mean,
Now ask a follow-up.
have you actually been to the island of Turks and Caicos?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Did you just look at it on Google, or did you stay there?
What do you mean stay there?
Get on a plane, and the plane landed, and you got off the plane, and you cleared customs there.
Oh, no, I didn't do that. I saw it on a map and I was there. I touched it.
Oh my
It was on a
gosh,
map
you
and I
are
touched
dumb.
it. And then I
Whatever.
saw a brochure about it. And I got a neighbor who went there. Thank you. Basically, I've been there.
Oh my gosh.
There's a
wow.
resort there called Amanyara. There's maybe 10 of them around.
Well, I've been there. On a map.
They're like $10,000 a night.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard just going there is a big deal. You over here trying to act all cool. Just going to Turks is like.
We had to
super
fly to Miami first. There's no direct flight from Cleveland to anywhere.
Very annoying.
This used to be the best airport, the best kept secret in the country, because it's, you parked fairly close. It was fairly inexpensive to fly out of here. And Continental would fly anywhere you could go, direct. And then United bought them, and we promise, we're going to keep everything open. It's going to be a hub. And a year later, they closed D-Concourse, and now United has 5 gates. And it's very, very difficult to grow a region without a hub airport.
Yeah.
It's impossible, because
Yeah.
companies don't want their executives.
you're talking about Cleveland now?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
They-
frustrating.
they don't want their
that whole
executives on
concourse
planes.
is shut down.
It's just shut down. United's still paying for it. They're just not flying out of it. It's just collecting dust.
Now,
Now,
it's frustrating because it's hard to get direct flights out of here to some places.
it's impossible.
Very
Is
frustrating.
it impossible for you two to get a direct flight to where you want to go?
Yes. Yeah.
It's frustrating.
I mean, I'm going to Greece. I got to fly 9 places.
I mean, it's almost impossible to get a direct flight to Minneapolis and Cleveland. You can do it.
On who?
Well, you can do it on Delta, I believe, does it. But
Really?
Because yeah,
Well, Minneapolis was a big hub for Delta for
it
a long
was
time.
for a long, which bought Northwest, which was
Right, and then so the consolidation in airlines has really hurt the hub system, but it has allowed.
but like Southwest Airlines. I can't get directly to Minneapolis.
Southwest is no cheaper than any other airline. For a while, they were an inexpensive airline, but out of Cleveland, they're not inexpensive at all.
Because you always have to connect and always have to.
And I
connect.
like to pick my seat. I don't want to have to
What seat do you pick?
3A.
No. I mean, are we going? I mean, it's not the middle seat, obviously.
Who would pick the
Who
middle
wants
seat?
that? Aisle or window?
Oh, aisle.
Why?
Because if I have to get up and go to the bathroom, I don't want to have to step over people.
Thank you.
And I don't want to have to say, well, now I have to moderate my bathroom trips because because this person keeps looking at me askance. You're like, well, hey, no one made you pick that seat. I'm going to walk right over you.
That's right. No.
Yeah, but then you got to get up for people to get out. Oh my goodness.
No, I for international flights, I will pick the aisle, and people are like, well, yeah, we got aisle seats because everybody wants the window to fall asleep. I don't get trapped in there with some dude that won't wake up because I
know.
gotta pee.
So what are you gonna do when you sleep?
I'd rather be able to go to the bathroom than sleep.
Well, Brian doesn't know this, but on international flights in first class, your seat goes flat.
Hello.
He wouldn't know.
He wouldn't know, please. It's all the way in the back.
He always thinks, why are these seats up front here? What do they do? Do people sit in these seats?
Good point from a friend of mine that's watching, but probably refuses to surface. Actually, on Facebook, they pointed out that the problem with Cleveland not being a hub, and direct flights is all going to be solved when that
Infrastructure bill.
that super fast thing Elon Musk is building here. What's that thing called?
yeah, the lightning tube or whatever it is.
The thing going to Chicago in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you impressed by Elon Musk? Do you look at him and
I'm
say,
taking
wow,
that.
I
I do
wish
like
I
it.
was him?
No, I don't do that for anybody, but his what he's done is really impressive. Even though if everybody got an electric car, the grid couldn't support it. Our grid right now can only support about 5% of people driving an electric car. That's it. And but I love what he's done. I think Teslas are kind of a work of art, especially the Model S. Is
And there's more and more in town. I see them.
Well, yeah,
much more
because
frequently.
they're now they're $35,000.
Yeah.
But if I had to stop and eat lunch every time I needed to recharge my battery, I'd weigh 600 pounds. So people,
Ford's got that new truck coming out. It's electric.
yeah, I know, exciting,
It's electric.
Da-na-na-na-na. Yeah.
exciting.
Does Jeff Bezos impress you?
He's kind of a tool. I mean, he started this company with his wife Mackenzie out of their garage. And what does he do when they're super, super successful? He goes and he
Yeah.
leaves his family. He's got kids, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people getting wealthy, I love to see that happen. But what it does to them as they get wealthy, I
Yeah.
hate to see what it does to people.
Yeah.
Because
I'd like to prove that false.
a lot of people say that.
Exactly.
Like last night, I was counting on Vaxamillions, counting on it, and the governor didn't call again this week.
The fact that we have to pay people $1 million to encourage them to get a vaccine.
You always
is
say
so
take
stupid.
advantage of
You sure
every
do.
tax law that's available.
Yes.
I got a vaccine not for any reason other than my
Well,
decision.
I wouldn't. Hey, look, if you win the $1 million, I would be happy for you.
Because you want me to work with you to invest it.
No, I would refuse your money.
Yeah, for real.
I have fired clients before. I fired football players before who had a lot of money.
Because they don't listen to you?
They don't listen. They're going to go broke. And I would just tell them, look, you need to go find somebody whose advice you will take because you're going broke. You just don't know it yet. You're going to go broke. So, no, I would take your money. But just the fact that we have to do this to encourage people to take the vaccine is striking to me. You know, I know a lot of people have been affected by COVID. But when you look at who they are, the people who got COVID, mainly older, mainly overweight or some other significant comorbidity, diabetics, maybe they already had a weakened immune system. So when they're vaccinating 5-year-olds, I have to think, is this really the best thing to do? And you say, well, what if they have it and they go see grandma and grandpa? Well, grandma and grandpa should have been vaccinated. They're the ones that are getting affected by it. The 5-year-old, for a vaccine that we don't really know what it does yet, I probably would have waited on them. I don't think they need to be vaccinated. And schools, we thought schools were going to be these super spreader events. It never happened in schools. They're mainly, the teachers were, they did a good job in schools managing it. Now the teachers, you know, there are older teachers who are at risk. They needed to get vaccinated. But 12 to 17-year-olds, I just don't think that's the best idea.
So, pop quiz. If Jannelle says to you, we're going to win the Vax-A-Millions, what does that mean about her personal vaccination status?
That she hasn't.
Wrong.
You didn't get it yet?
Oh no.
But she was saying, we're going to win.
Oh.
Well, how are
Because
you?
her son got it.
Well, it would be his money.
Okay. What I explained to him is his college would have been paid off. That means we won because I don't got to pay for nothing. So it would have been his money, but, you know,
How old is
that's my expense. 18.
he? He doesn't need to share the money with you.
Not share it, but if his college is paid off, that means something to me and Len. We don't have to
He
pay
doesn't
for
have
his
to.
college.
He doesn't have to spend that money on his college.
The under 18. 'Cause
He's
he was,
18?
He was under 18. when
She
he took-
registered him for
Yeah.
the scholarship,
Um,
not the money.
Yeah.
That's great.
I
would have taken the
explained
money
to you
because
why.
that would have
I
paid
know
for
you
college
like
with money
making
left
me
over.
look stupid, but the first he had to get the two.
I do not.
You do. You enjoy that. You had to get the two
You do the
vaccines.
job all by yourself.
And the first vaccine, he needed parental
goodness.
consent. I had to go in and sign parental consent.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was signing him up, I wasn't sure, well, where does he fall? Does he fall on the underage or does he fall on the 18 and over? I just wasn't sure.
Always take the money, because your college education at most is going to be $200,000.
I just didn't know if he would qualify.
Melody has a financial question, by the way.
Well, she does.
I do not try to make you look stupid.
Yes, you do. Money
I
is
try to
very
understand
tight.
you.
No, money is very tight for me right now. What is a good amount to start saving every pay that is small enough that I won't need to touch? My issue has been I have had to dip into savings and drain it.
I love this question because it shows somebody they have the desire to start, and it's not out of nobody's
Bye.
making them do it. See you, Jannelle.
She,
She's gone. She just read that question. She walked out. She is like the freest spirit. No one's going to tell her what to do. I love that.
wow. I think we're done, but did you answer the question?
Well, I would start with a number, and I don't care really what the number is to begin with. I just care that we're doing it consistently. So if it's $5, start with $5 and save it every paycheck, something that you won't have to touch. Now, if you have an emergency, that's what it's there for, but make it a number that's easy to start with and then increase it over time because your budget will get used to it. You'll start to assimilate that smaller amount of paycheck. It will work, but you got to start, and it's got to be a number. It's got to be a number that's comfortable for you, and that's what I would start with. So yes, I've answered the question.
I was just making sure Jannelle left, so I got to see what's going on with the comments. That's funny. I think it must be funny that Jannelle just left.
She just walked out. She just grabbed her stuff. She didn't even say I'm leaving. She just walked out.
Yeah.
She's like, whoosh.
Well, bye.
I'm gonna try that. What? I don't really work here, so
You're supposed to drop the mic first and then walk out. But don't drop these mics. You're going to get me